Everyone, and welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level business English lesson. We're continuing our unit on workplace problems. Today we're going to be learning polite phrases for making, accepting, and rejecting invitations and offers. All right, so now we can talk about the questions below, and if you would like to answer these in the comments to generate some conversation in our community, that would be great. Are you usually busy at work? When do you usually start and finish work? And if you don't have enough time to finish all your tasks, what do you do? All right, so we're going to read the sentences below and see if you can guess the meaning of the words in bold. I'm going to be home late this evening. Something has come up at work. So has come up means that something occurred unexpectedly. Now is not a good time to talk. I'm in a rush. So in a rush just means I need to hurry or I'm late and I need to get somewhere quickly. I'm working overtime every day this month. So overtime means you're staying beyond your normal work time, working more hours a day or more hours per week. I know we arranged to have lunch, but I need to take a rain check, I'm afraid. So taking a rain check just means that you need to postpone or reschedule, that you can't attend the meeting or the lunch or whatever it was as planned, and so you have to reschedule. All right, so we're going to practice some vocabulary words. So go ahead and pause the video and match the words with their definitions, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So working time above the usual amount, that is number 6, overtime. Moving quickly because you have many things to do, that is number 3, in a rush. An offer or request for someone to do something is an invitation, number 4. To talk about is to mention, that's number 5, mention. In more detail, that would be number 2, further. To happen is number 1, to come up. And a delay until a later date is number 7, a rain check. All right, so now think about what actions you would take in each of the situations below. Your coworker doesn't respect your personal space. Your coworker talks too loudly on the phone. And your coworker is rude to you. So think about what you might do in each of those situations, and if you'd like to share your answers in the comments, that would be great. All right, so we're going to read about a problem that Mohammed has with a coworker. Before reading, we've got the vocabulary word, company policy, which is a list of rules employees and management of a company must follow. You can pause the video and read this on your own, or you can follow along as I read. Hi Kim, I'm writing this email to file a complaint about one of my coworkers, Scott Lloyd. Scott works in the tech department with me, and I have had several negative experiences with him. He has made many comments to me and other employees that are not suitable for the workplace, and I believe his actions do not follow company policy. I've spoken with him directly about this issue, but he continues to act in the same way. If you would like to schedule the meeting to discuss more details, please let me know. I would prefer if you didn't mention my name if you speak with him. Thank you for your time. Sincerely, Mohammed Khan. So what problem does Mohammed have? He has this coworker who has made inappropriate comments. What action has Mohammed taken? He's spoken with him directly, with the coworker. directly. Who do you think Kim is? Well, she's probably maybe his team leader or supervisor, because that would it would make sense if it's another person on the team that he has a problem with. It could also be the human resources representative assigned to that area, because sometimes they are the ones who take care of personnel problems, people problems. And what action do you think that Kim will take? So here's Kim's reply. Hi, Mohammed. Thank you for sharing those details with me. I am sorry to hear that you're experiencing this. Are you available to discuss this further in my office on Friday afternoon? Best, Kim, HR manager. So who is Kim? She is the HR manager. What action will Kim take? We don't really know yet, but she does want to meet with Mohammed to find out more information. Uh, why do you think she chose this action? She probably maybe wants to get more detail on, the things that the coworker has said, how often he says them, just more details about the situation. And do you think this is the best approach? Again, that's just your opinion. You can share that in the comments if you'd like. Okay, now we have Beatrice writing to Kim. We have one vocabulary word here. Timesheet is a document for recording the number of hours worked. Hi, Kim. As we discussed previously, we continue to have an issue with Antonio Cardoso arriving late and leaving early from work. Other employees often need to work overtime to take his place. I've tried speaking with him several times, but his behavior has not changed. I would rather not fire him, but I don't know if there is another option. I attached his timesheets for the last 2 months and a summary of the meeting I had with him last month. Please let me know the next steps. Thus, Beatrice Mendez. So what problem does Beatrice have? Well, she has one of the employees. He's been arriving late and leaving early. What action has Beatrice taken? She's tried speaking with him several times. And what do you think the relationship is, a relationship between Beatrice and Antonio? Explain your answer. She's probably his boss, his immediate supervisor, especially when she says she's talked to him about his behavior several times. That would be something that the immediate supervisor would do for someone who's chronically late. And what action do you think Kim will take as the HR manager? And again, that might be more of your opinion. So go ahead and put that in the comments if you'd like to share it. All right, and now Kim is going to respond to Beatrice. First, we have the vocabulary words formal warning, a written letter telling an employee that they must change their behavior. Hi, Beatrice. I'm sorry to hear that you are still having problems with Antonio. At this point, I think it's best that we issue him a formal warning, but there are also some other options we can discuss. Are you available for a quick chat this afternoon? Best, Kim, HR manager. Is this the first time that Kim has heard about the issue, and how do you know? Well, it's probably not the first time, because she said, I'm sorry to hear that you are still having problems with Antonio. So the word still suggests that this has been an ongoing problem. What action does Kim suggest? To issue him a formal warning? And what will happen next? It looks like Kim wants to meet with Beatrice for a quick chat about this case this afternoon. And do you think that this is the best approach? Again, you can put your answer in the comments. So Kim has made invitations in both of her statements. What other expressions can be used to make an invitation? Are you available for a quick chat this afternoon? Are you available to discuss this further in my office on Friday afternoon? Hey, just think of some other expressions that you might be able to use in those situations. Right, so these are expressions used for inviting people to do something. Do you want to talk about this more later? Do you want to, plus a verb. Would you like to go for some coffee later? So would you like to go, plus a verb. And then do you feel like taking a walk with me to chat? So do you feel like plus the verb plus the ing? Right, so now what expressions can be used to accept an invitation and what expressions can be used to politely decline an invitation? So they say, would you like to join us for lunch today? And then at the bottom it says to accept. Accept means to say yes. And decline means to say no. All right, we're going to listen to the conversations and what expressions do the speakers use to respond.
Would you like to join me for lunch at the restaurant across the street?
Thanks for the invitation, but I brought lunch from home today.
Would you like some more coffee?
That's enough for me. Thank you.
Sit on trouble here. She said, thanks for the invitation. By saying thank you.
Do you feel like going for a walk?
Thanks for the invitation, but I have meetings all day today. Maybe some other time?
Could you help me with a computer issue that I'm experiencing?
I'm afraid that you have come to the wrong person. You should ask Peter in IT.
Listen to another conversation.
Do you want to come to the EdTech conference with me on April 5th and 6th?
I'd love to, but I already scheduled a vacation that week.
Please take a seat.
I'm sorry, but I really must be going.
Something unexpected has just come up. Do you mind covering the night shift tonight?
I would, but I have plans tonight for my mother's birthday.
You look like you're in a rush. Would you like to use the copy machine before me?
Yes, please. My meeting begins in just a minute. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Right, so responding to invitations, the expressions below are often used to respond to invitations or suggestions politely. So some ways to accept, yes, please, sure, that would be nice, that sounds great, I would love to, that's a great idea. And for declining, thanks for the invitation, but I'm afraid I'm busy today. I appreciate the invite, but I'm really busy, so I don't know if I can. Other accepting, that would be nice. That sounds great. I would love to. That's a great idea. And then the other ways of declining, no thank you. I would love to, but can I take a rain check? I'm sorry, I can't because. I'm sorry, but I can't today. I wish I could, but I have to. Maybe another time. I have a lot on my plate, so next time might be better. All right, so now if you would like to practice writing some dialogue between a coworker, two coworkers, so go ahead and try that on your own. The situation for role 1 is that you have a coworker. Your coworker is busy and looks thirsty, so you're going to offer them a drink. And the other person's perspective is that they are not thirsty, they've already had a drink, and they need to refuse politely. So go ahead and pause the video, write out that idea for a dialogue, and then restart the video when you're ready to continue. And here's another one. You finish writing an important report, which you need to submit in an hour. Ask your coworker to check it. You are very busy. You have to prepare for a meeting with your boss in an hour. Politely refuse. This is another dialogue. You have to find some important sales information for your boss, but you don't know how to do it. Ask a coworker for help. And then you are busy. This is not your job. Suggest that they ask someone else to help with the issue. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.